Hey, I just want to apologize in advance if I'm a little bit like tonight.
What he meant to say is if he sounds a little lethargic or anything like that. We kind of had like a long day today and
My
whatnot.
my brain has been slowly turning into jelly for the past couple days. And I didn't want to pass up on Frogun because all right. I'll put it to you like this. Have you ever seen the the irate gamer Tetris video from like ages back?
You see, I don't remember. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I don't remember that as much as like his other videos.
There's a
shit,
moment.
But,
There's a moment where he's like,
"Oh wait, no! Now I remember.
I need Tetris. I need Tetris."
Yes. Now I remember. Now I remember.
He got like high. He got like high on Tetris or something.
Maybe I could help.
Thanks, Eggplant Wizard. I grew an addiction to Frogun. It's that good of a game because I was playing it off stream because I wanted to test out some things, and why is it on slow cap? Sure, I played it off stream a bit.
Probably because fucking whatchamacallit, Wand of Gamelon and shit.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about Wand of Gamelon for a second. So as you can see, my thing has gone up from last time, my percentage rating here. Holy shit, Piper with another subscription for 7 months, baby. Thank you. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in yesterday, too. That was awesome, bro. I'm glad you had fun on your vacation, because you sounded like you definitely needed that shit. Love you too. Love you too, pal. Oh my god, I'm so fucking... My brain is like mush, 100%. Love you too, bro.
Yeah, especially after last night and shit. That was fucking crazy.
Hey, yo. Frogo! Yes, Frogun is a game where you get a frog for a gun. How are you doing tonight? Yo-yo? I should ask too. But yeah, this is a platformer where you get a gun that's also a frog. And
it's sentient.
Yes. So it doesn't mind you shooting it and using its tongue to attack things. So what I wanted to talk about, though, from last time in comparison, so I found out how you get all those little things of anxiety being awful, but other than that, I'm good. Oh, no, I know that feeling too well. I can relate there big time. That was awesome. I'll have to play garlic telecommunication to go for it when you can, dude. It's really fun. But, so as you can see, I have, like, a bunch more, collectibles unlocked there, right? Because I went back to every level, right? And you can see by every level, too, it's silver. It's gold now. I went back to every level, and I got all the stuff that I needed. So, like, it's not actually that bad to, like, speedrun once you go through the level.
Oh, okay.
The hard part,
the
hard part is not dying. And as you can see there too, you see those like little ones with diamonds on them, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually a sort of secret one. Not every level has those, but certain levels will have them. Like you see there, like level 1. I don't have diamonds on like the ring there, right? But then level 2 I got down, they're both still gold. And I thought like, oh, one is like shiny and the other's not. No. Apparently some levels have it, like you see that one don't. But then this one does.
I see you.
I don't know the criteria for it, but it just is. Also, this guy wasn't so bad, but that fucking second boss trying to beat it, you will not believe how I did it, though.
Right, yeah.
My controller fell asleep, right? I had to restart the game, but I still needed, like, one more hit on the boss fight, and I got him with the mouse and keyboard, and I'm like, woo! And I beat him in time, too, to get the gold on him, so I got all the shit. Now, I want to see what's inside this. As you can see, we needed, like, one of the no-death gems, we need the time gem, and we needed the ring. Okay, so that's a health up. And the other thing is I want to check out the shop, because there's other hats that unlock, I think, as you do more. And what is this? Hey! I had a feeling that was going to be a Santa hat. I had a feeling it was going to be...
This is a snow area and shit.
I had a feeling it was going to be, like, something like that. But I don't know. I don't know what to... So I hope that the levels are like, cause it was easy to like speed run this shit sort of. So I hope it's not like too difficult to go forward and whatnot. But you cannot get all the gems and get the proper time unless you're like probably really good at this, which I'm fucking not. So like,
so it's gonna take some trial and whatnot.
What you know what I like about this game too? Like I was saying a while back with like stuff, it's like this is a game that you can give to a kid, and like if that kid is impatient, like he'll still be rewarded for getting through the level. Like this is a type of game I needed when I was like younger, where like I don't know, I wanted like where sometimes I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna go get all the collectibles in the stage, and then I'm like, my patience-o-meter was wearing thin after like the 5th box in like Crash Bandicoot or something. But this is like perfect actually, like legitimately you can actually do this and it feels great to fucking do. Oh, there we go. Right, you gotta do that to jump up. Also, the race levels actually aren't too bad neither to get like all the stuff in. And yes, yes, I found out it was glitched because on my third try off camera. Once again, I'm gonna put this up to like the Let's Play curse that it just does not want to work. It just does not want to work when you're like doing it live. But yeah, so I really, like I said, I really dig the vibe of this game, and I really need it. I really wanted to continue playing this before like October. So under normal circumstances.
Derek, why didn't you go the other way?
What do you mean?
You don't see the platform like up to the side over there?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think I could. I don't think I could like latch onto it though. Is the thing.
I'm pretty sure you can.
But yeah, just for the record, normally if I'm this fucking tired, I don't do this. But I wanted to get my head of this because I beat all the levels before. I beat all the levels that I streamed before to get the points. So that's where I'm like, all right, I needed the ultimatum. I either do this tonight tired or I wait until after October to continue, and I'm like, I'd rather wait until after October after I get like a bit more of a fix of this. That way while we're doing 31 Nights of Spooktober, yo. Holy shit. That way while I'm doing 31 Nights of Spooktober, if I ever get bored, I can just pop this in and be like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, don't forget the checkpoint there. There you go.
I'm running dungeons, but I'm here. Fuck yeah. You gotta hit the gritty, Piper. No, do not fucking fall in the pit, even though I got a... I've not been paying attention to, like, those, and I feel bad for that, because, like, there's gotta be, like, some little, like, comedy bit or whatever in there. The journal entries. Yeah. I really like this game, but I'm glad it doesn't, like, stop for that. Piper's gotta hit the fucking...
is like, you know...
The yoinky sploinky. It gets you right in. Like I said, this is a great game for kids.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like, the intro cutscene's not that long. And like, look, even if that was the case, it's not like, you know, Battle for Bikini Bottom where that would make sense for, like, you know, you give that to a kid, they're gonna have like wrong with... I'll look up whatever Patrick says. I'll look at Zamalala Bing Bong or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I can't do it. But this stuff, like this is just good. Like this would be like a great game to give to a kid. So I would probably, I don't know. It's just rewarding for like every facet of the game rather than just, oh, you better do this fucking shit quick or else.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I think that's the bit that's kind of reminding me of Rayman 3. Also, speaking of that, you know what I've been actually wanting to do? There was that little template on Twitter going around, like the 25 games or whatever.
Oh, I know where you can do that. It's a website and whatnot.
I looked it up on my phone and I kept getting like other random shit on Google.
Yeah, no, I know where to do it and whatnot. I'll send the link to you, like after stream and shit like that.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, because I'd love to do that shit.
I did that to, like, you know, I basically did that to be like, here's some, like, artists that, you know, kind of influenced me and shit like that, and, like, what I've been kind of, like, listening to at work and all that shit.
All of the games that, like, made me who I am today. The results will shock you.
Not really, no.
Well, it's kind of funny, you know, because remember how, you know, how I keep, like, championing Klonoa a lot?
Yeah.
One would assume that I played that as a kid. No, I was a fucking college student. I don't remember when I bought the fucking Wii Klonoa game, but I already knew I was gonna like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just never got around to playing it, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So here's the whole thing. Also, I found out who these guys. I found out who, like, this little bird, the Kiwi hat is and whatnot.
Oh yeah?
As a Twitter account. They literally just talk about 3D platformers, news and whatnot.
Hey!
And I followed immediately after I found that out, because I'm like, I love me some good 3D platformers, so I'm ready to discover more, baby.
Yep.
Hey!
Plus, look, plus 50-50 shot. There's gonna, like, 50-50 shot. I don't know if they talk about, like, horror games, but I'd love to, like, find, like, a horror 3D platformer in the same vein as, like...
There's a little handle behind you.
Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. Very funny game. Very funny.
I think you need to be on the thing in order for it to work.
I might just play through like a sort of speed run of a level quickly to like show how like kind of simple it is. Because it's very like once again when you're not going for the coins, it's very forgiving, and I like that. Like I said, the only big challenges are the races, because it's like you gotta beat the race, then you gotta collect all the stuff, and then you gotta like focus on the
And then you gotta focus on the end path there.
Oh, that was I fucked up there. I had to slide down on that, and I had to jump up. This game is killing me.
I can see that.
But yeah, no, like I really hope I find something like There's honestly, you know what I've been looking for actually in horror games a bit? Put on some MLP FIM on as background noise to help ease anxiety. Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. It's actually some of like the best. That's actually some of like the best shit to like help with that. But I love that show, but like for like diegetic noise, it really. Yo, mama. for like diegetic noise, it's like really good too. Oh, you stoopy. Bro, come on now.
How?
Basically what I'm saying is I tend to use the show as like background noise sometimes too. At least when I used to. Because I can't when my parents are around. Also that and the fucking show is spread between 2 streaming services, so if I feel like trying to find episodes
I may have to restart because I think the whole fucking
this thing is out of sync now.
Yeah.
Wait, why'd I click restart level?
Oh
fuck my life. whatever. It happens.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, no, I wanna find, like...
Whoa, what's that? A whip? Whoa, you hit the tip.
I've been trying to find horror games that, like, fit my... Whoa! Oh, whip. Whoa! What's that, a whip?
But yeah, you were saying about like horror games.
I've been trying to find horror games that fit other game molds. So, like,
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to find, like, a Zelda horror game, right? But not like 2D, like 3D Zelda. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot you can possibly do with that. Like, specifically 3D Zelda, right?
Yeah, I guess. Like,
I've also been looking for, like, platform horror. Basically stuff where the game seems normal at first, but then, like, you know, just below the surface there's something lurking there, you know what I mean?
kind of like Tori 3D.
Yeah, Tori 3D, or like, what was I, or B3313, which is, I keep fucking championing.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, like, what was it? I was watching a Sagan Hawks video. Dude makes some really good shit. He had like this really good point when he was talking about this like one thing. There will never be another like X thing, right? Like specifically Petscop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you know, that could apply to a lot of other stuff too. Like, oh, there'll never be another B3313 or whatever. And I'm like, hey, you never know. Somebody's gonna get inspired by that shit. It might not be now, or it might not be now, or it might take some time, but it's gonna be a thing at some point. So I gotta keep my eyes open and whatnot. There's a bunch of games that people say are like it already, but I don't necessarily agree. Because I took a look at those and I'm like, it leans more into horror than like there's something wrong here, but it's like normal otherwise, you know what I mean? I don't want to get on like the whole elevated horror, like, I want to get on like the whole it's elevated horror. I don't know, there's something cool about like something cutesy. There's something cool about something cutesy having like a horror element to it. It's like Kirby, you know, where, oh yeah, like the game is like adorable, fun, little friends and like shit. And then you get to the actual ending and it's like Azeroth, what are you doing here? I mean, Azathoth, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Fucking, I got goddamn WoW on the mind now because of Four Wheels of Fury and Piper saying he's hitting the yoinky sploinky.
Oh, that makes sense. All things considered.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Like, it's, hey, World of Warcraft has, like, eldritch gods and shit in it, too. Like, fucking, Yogg-Saron, Cthulhu, what was that one tentacle guy? And I know in, like, the Worgen chapter, there was, like, another one. Sothoth the Slitherer, or some shit. I don't know if that's still a thing in the game.
Don't forget the, oh, you did, yeah. You got the gem from that, right?
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Well, I can still go back and get it.
Yeah.
It's like right down here. You get the big Chaos Emerald / Crash Bandicoot gem.
Mm-hmm.
Did I fall to my death yet on this run or no?
I don't know. I haven't really
I wasn't listening.
Oh wait, no, yeah, you have.
This one might be actually a problem for like the speed running because this platforming section right here.
Yeah.
Oh no! I forgot the whatever. I can get it. Applejack made me love apples more than I should, and I'll die on that hill. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Apples are fucking... And you know what? That's a good thing. You know why? Because apples are one of, like, the best... Apples are one of, like, the best fucking fruit for you. I just personally wish that not a lot of them were, like, kind of shitty. What was it? We've had a couple of apples in the house recently, Zig. Those shits either like rotted quick, or they were like very soft.
I see.
Like there was like no enjoyable crunch to them or anything like that. And it's like, I don't know what they did to the crops, but goddamn. Usually, and the fun thing is, usually the apples are like really fucking good, but I don't know what happened. Okay.
You got this.
We got this. Whoa. Oh, right. Okay, let that get that fucking thing. Do not fall!
How?
They're my favorite, but I prefer more sweeter apples, but the ones my mom gets are usually sour. Sour apple. Like the Granny Smiths, or what were the green ones? Macintoshes, I think, right? The ones with like the red and the green on them.
I think so. I know the green ones are like Granny Smith and shit.
Yeah. Red apples that are just sour. Oh, yeah, then those might be Macintosh. So you know what was funny too? This is like a little bit ago, but I did some like random research, and I found out that Red Delicious apples, right? They used to taste really good, but you know what happened?
I think it's something happened in the soil or some shit.
Over farming.
I thought so.
Yeah, like basically the process of growing a Red Delicious apple tree, right? You really have to pay attention to like how well you're like pruning it, and like because apple trees are interesting in that like you can apply a piece of bark from a different tree and they'll start growing that type of apple or something like that off of that bark. And apparently like they overdid that with Red Delicious to the point where they're just like fucking ugh. So I think I honestly remember them being good, and then I honestly remember them being like delicious, but then I looked it up. Oh, what the fuck? You know what? I don't have to worry. You know why? I got the gem. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I got the gem. That's all that matters. Don't drop dead, please. Alright, the thing. Yo, Jesus Christu, thank you. So they did like, they basically just like over-farmed the trees, and they kept overbreeding the apple to the point where it's just like, oh, it's not it's still red, but it's not really delicious anymore. And they honestly kind of rot easy from what I remember. Like, they get like, they start, you know, turning brown and like... Wait a second, something's not right here.
Did you get that purple thing from before? Or when you fell, did that already like... You know, the obsidian skull or whatever.
Right. I thought I got it. That was the Alright, I guess I gotta go back now.
How?
Alright, that's the focus. We're gonna get the... That's the focus. Get the skull. I'll show how easy it is to not really to like air quotes speed run this, because it's really not that hard. This level might be a challenge, but I think it's just the layout that's like fucking with me.
Ow.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm missing...
6.
Yep. Missing 6. Bro, don't go in the hole, thank you. You know, like... I'm not a... I like how easy it is that you can, like, find out about stuff. Like, you can just... Nowadays, it's just so easy to, like, get info on whatever you need.
Yeah.
But you still gotta be on, like, the lookout for, like, legitimately fake shit.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Otherwise, like... you could be misinformed, but, like... I wonder if there is any, like, grain of salt to that, like, idea, though. Because I personally think it's true, only because, like, I remember... Could be misremembering, though. I remember Red Delicious tasting good for a bit of my life before, like, they just stopped being delicious.
Hey.
And presumably, I think, like, the Granny Smith, they make, like, a good cooking apple. Not for, like, pies and stuff, but, like, you can use them in, like, applesauce, I believe, and it'll actually be pretty good.
Hey, Merrick, you got those pots down there, right?
Which pot? Oh, these. Ah. Missing one more.
Probably the one up on that fucking...
They also make good
Wine.
caramel apples. Yeah, because you know what? Then the sweetness, because like they're pretty mushy, so it's like the hardness of the candy apple, the hardness of like the caramel, mixed with
Merrick,
like the
don't
sweet.
forget about that flying one and shit.
Oh, you. Let's see, can I hit this pot? I get so close to hitting it.
All that close.
Ow.
I put the brain in the robot, Zig.
Nice going. Big brain moves over here. Only the most biggest of brainists. What did I just fucking say?
I'm sorry, Zig. It's not as if my brain has been turning into jelly for these past few days.
I know, I'm just busting your chops, dude.
I know you are. But still, I know what's wrong with me. I just got a bad case of the I have sleep deprivation. I have mild sleep deprivation. And I don't know what the cause of it is. Let's just say I've been somehow waking up an hour early, and just a failure of, like, falling back asleep.
So there was nothing on that flying one and shit?
Nope.
Alright.
This could be, it might be all the way back at the start. Oh, there it is!
Oh, hey.
Now let's see. Will the Let's Play curse make me, like, fuck up here? I want to see if I at least want to do it once to show, like, how kind of simple it is, but I don't know. I don't know if one, I'm gonna be too tired to, like, focus on. Like, you see already, I went for the shinies rather than the.
neuron activated.
You can't just show me shiny thing and expect me not to collect it.
Hey!
No, I get you.
But yeah, like, as I was saying about the caramel apple, like, caramel and candy apples, I can see them working. Like, I think they could also, specifically the candy apples, could work with, like, Macintoshes, too, because they got, like, that tartness to them, offset by the sweetness and whatnot. I'm no gastronomer, but, like, I think that I think that if something sounds tasty, it ought to be tasty. But yeah, no, like I can see how a Red Delicious could be like fixed by caramel apple. It don't sound too far-fetched to me.
Hey!
And honestly, you can make like a double Pokemon joke with that because of Appleton, Flapple, and fucking Farfetch'd or Surfetch'd.
Yeah.
Oh god, speaking of Pokemon, I gotta track down a, I already won! What?
Yay.
See how simple it is?
That is pretty fucking simple and shit.
You can give a kid this game, and they'll like earn they'll earn like this.
Yeah.
Like my fears of like not 100%, like not trying to 100% it are kind of like absolved by that. But like I like how the chests they have like different rewards in them.
Mm-hmm.
So that like it's nice to like work on and try to get stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, I want to check out the shop right now because I know I saw a couple of hats that looked cool. I think there was like a Mega Man helmet or something like that.
Super fighting robot.
It's the super fighting robot. Oh. Yes, that was what I was thinking of. Wasn't it Mega Man?
Hey, the froggy hat.
And then she dabs too, and I got. It's kind of like a Mega Man. It's more like one of those helmets that are they give you in like fighting. Hold on, what do we got here?
Like a football helmet to me.
Yeah. Like, look, a lot of these hats
Like,
are better.
I would honestly like pop huge if I saw like somebody just like add in like a fucking football helmet that looked like, you know, the one that Commander Keen wore and shit, you know what I
The
mean?
Commander Keen helmet.
Yeah.
Alright, let's give the Slippy hat a go. We have become Frog, destroyer of evil. Or adventurer for gold. I don't know.
We're
a member of an elite task force, the Frogun.
yeah.
You know what's funny? I love the fact, like, I love the fact that, like, our computers can, like, listen to us, right? Because, like, I kind of, like, tangentially like G.I. Joe. You know what I mean? Like, I can appreciate it. I used to play with them a lot as a kid, right?
Yeah.
But, like, never would I go and, like, start collecting G.I. Joes out of the blue. Because one, it breaks my Hasbro. It breaks my like kind of like boycott on Hasbro because their products have just been very bad lately.
Yeah.
And
self-imposed fucking call and shit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna die from the spikes because I can't see where I'm going.
How?
That was perfect. That was perfect. Oh, yo!
God damn.
Hey!
I gotta commend you for that shit.
I fucking saved my ass, bro. That's okay. That's also a dick move right there.
Yeah.
Let's because there's no coins over here, so it's like whatever. But yeah, like I'll never purchase a GI Joe of like my own volition, just because like one self-imposed hasn't been. And I'll admit some of the characters are cool, and you know what I mean. Like I have a Storm Shadow figure for that reason. I love Snake Eyes, right?
Yeah.
Snake Eyes was like my favorite character from being a kid. I think he was a lot of people's favorites. But I won't go out of my way to like, you know, just go and get them and whatnot. But I love it when like, you know, because I talk about it sometimes, it mentions it to me, like, oh hey,
Yeah.
oh hey, you like this, right? Or like, you know, because Hasbro owns it.
No.
You like this, right? It's like, it shows me a G.I. Joe. I'm like, oh, cool. That looks cool. But
I'm not gonna get it though.
I'm not gonna buy it yet because I don't know what the quality control on it is. Sergeant Slaughter. Man, man, don't you love the fact that one of the heroes is named Sergeant Slaughter?
Then again, that's a real life dude and shit. Like, he was called Sergeant Slaughter even before G.I. Joe and whatnot.
That's kind of funny, actually.
Yeah.
I just want to get right now I want to try to while gathering up clones for my clone army and trying to find a cheap fucking Monolith's 10 gunship for the ARC Trooper gunship from the 2003 Clone Wars series. I want to go and I want to gather up some of the pod racers for aliens in Star Wars. I want to grab a couple of I want to gather some of the pod racers. I want to get like a few. Oh, yo. I'm saving up shit. So I got like, you know.
Yeah.
Like once again, Ramos even told me, it's like, oh, you're freaking out a little too much for you know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to watch myself so I don't overspend. Like I'm never gonna do something.
I get it and shit.
I'm never gonna do something stupid, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna like buy like, I don't know, Juwan or Kuwan on the PlayStation 2. Like
Like, you're not gonna, like, impulsively buy something that's, like, really fucking expensive and shit. Like, I know.
No. Unless I somehow got a raise and I don't know, like, they gave me, like, double what I make, I would never do that. Because at that point, it's like, oh, I have some money to spare. I have, like, a lot of money to spare. You know, I could buy something really expensive to splurge on myself for a bit. But even so, it's like, you don't have, like, I think back to, like, that video of, like, I think back to, like, my Sith video of the figures. You don't have XR Kun. I'm like, I didn't even know this figure existed, let alone it's, like, $700, bro.
Hey!
Yeah. It's like, okay, maybe calling it, like, every fucking figure ever is, like, a bit of a fucking stretch and shit. I'll concede to that and whatnot, but it's like, A, how the fuck was I supposed to know that this was an actual fucking thing? And B, oh, Marek, you can go through that door, by the way.
It's like, yeah, no, like, I love, like, I was thinking back to that guy, and I'm like, there's no way I would have known that was a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's silly.
Bro, give me some slack. I don't...
Because it, like, number one, it was an Entertainment Earth exclusive, right? Which I've only known about a few of those, and number one, the fact that there were Entertainment Earth exclusive comic packs for Star Wars stuff was very, like, odd. Like, it makes sense, but it was odd that it was, like, what was it? That it was Exar Kun and Ula Keldroma.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and those are two figures that, one, I, as a Star Wars fan, right, would never expect to be made into action figures. Ever. Even as an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Because you'd hear so many people talk about that. Like, even as a casual fan. I'd argue. Because, like, one, Exar Kun was important to, like, 2 video game plots from the past, right? And Ula Keldroma physically made an appearance in one of the games. So, like, aside from, like, the comic he was a part of and all that. So, once again, like I said, there would have been at least some buzz about it. Like, a lot of the figure channels that I watched would have talked. A lot of figure channels at the time would have talked about it.
To go back into that door again, I don't think it wraps around back and shit. So we're gonna.
Alright.
Because, you know, there's still, like,
A lot of treasure to grab and whatnot.
yeah.
But yeah, no, like, I like, other than that, I'm like, whatever about it, so. Like I said, I know it always feels like the computer is listening to us talk or whatever.
Yeah.
Just based upon, like, you know.
Based upon, like, you know, things.
It feels like a Looney Tunes. It feels like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I don't want Hasbro. You do want it. The computer said.
Oh, Leopold, please stop. I don't want to look at the Hasbro anymore.
I'm gonna end up like Peter fucking Lore. Why did you hit me on the head, YouTube?
Why did you hit me on the head? May I ask you a question? You can ask your question later. No, now. No! I want to ask my question now! And I want to have my answers now!
I'm gonna end up like Peter Lore. Why did you hit me on the head, Hasbro? That could make me very angry. You would do something. You don't want it. You do want it. But yeah.
I don't want it, but I do want it.
How?
It's kind of like Gollum, though.
Yeah.
No, but. Okay, no, if Peter Lore was still alive, I bet you that they would get him to do Gollum.
Yeah, I can see Peter Lorre as Gollum and shit.
My precious.
My precious.
Fucking, I'm so glad that, like, at least a lot of those bro do not fucking fall in.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because, like, one of my favorite Looney Tunes characters is just this, like, depressed bird that and all he does is, like, walks around to like that one song from, I think, Beethoven. I don't know the name of it.
Marvin's a good one.
Mine's Marvin the Martian. Fucking Marvin. Oh my god, no. Marvin is fucking amazing. But, like, I love him especially in the Duck Dodgers cartoon from, like, 2003. Like, that show. I'm so glad that show is making a comeback. I don't know if it's on HBO Max now or whatever, but, like, what was it? I saw like a little bit. They had like the Martian Queen, like somebody did like an art piece of the Martian Queen, and I was like, wait, you know this show? I'm like, fucking based, and the artist didn't give a shit. And I'm like, whatever. I'm still like, whatever. And that was like the first sign. That was like the first sign of stuff like where I'm like, wait, is this making a comeback in like the eyes of people? Oh man, like I missed that show so much. it was something that you didn't know you needed until you've seen it.
Yeah. Looney Tunes show too.
Oh,
Like,
wait, are you
killer.
talking about the one where the Looney Tunes Bugs and Daffy are roommates? And they live in like Seattle or something? No, that one is fucking brilliant. That is so freaking funny. Like, oh my god, I watched it like religiously as a kid, but like, I'm legitimately trying to remember. I don't think I got most of the jokes, but like it got better as I got older. But I still thought it was like silly. That's modernization done correctly. When the characters are like well adapted to the world and not just like, whoa, extreme or whatever the fuck, or like, you know.
It's not Lunatics Unleashed.
I have a soft spot for Lunatics Unleashed.
Okay.
I really do. I think that show gets a bad rap. Because like, that was made by the same guys that did fucking SWAT Cats, somewhat. So, like,
Wait, that was them?
yeah.
I thought it was just like, oh, we want to bring like fucking the Looney Tunes to like, you know, oh, you're right, it is the Tremblers.
Because now you want to know why I say that show gets a bad rap?
How?
Other than
Executive meddling.
yes, that, and the fact that Duck Dodgers tried to do the same thing. Admittedly, Duck Dodgers did it better, but still, it's like it's like the same vein of let's modernize a classic Looney Tunes thing. I just remembered I never finished my story about like the Lyra bird. I like the Lyra bird, but you know what the problem is?
Yeah.
He's mostly in shorts with like a racist caricature character. And like watching the shorts, right? I've watched the shorts with the bird in it because he was featured in the Lunatics back in the Looney Tunes Back in Action movie, right? And I've seen the shorts with it. Aside from the character design, the shorts are like completely fine, you know, like they're not like there's nothing offensive going on in them. And like I think the character name too is also like bad, but that's basically it. The design and like, you know, the name and whatnot make it like, you know, like we do not do that anymore, you know what I mean? But like otherwise, like the little bird I like, the little depressed bird that's just going about his day trying not to get like eaten by a hunter, and just, you know, I love him. he's literally me. I wake up every morning with my hands behind my back. But not like, in all seriousness though. I'd have to say though, from like the Looney Tunes show, my favorite characters from like that specific one have to be fucking Lola is brilliant.
Yeah.
Lola's like brilliantly written as like the freaking ditzy blonde. It's great. Then who else? I'm trying to like think right now because like there's a lot of great characters in this. Lola, Speedy. Speedy's great. They did him really good. And Foghorn's brilliant as like a billionaire. He would be.
Nah, I say, son, I may be a simple country boy, but I know how to make some fucking billions, you know what I mean?
Also Marvin is pretty good too in that show as well. Like it's hard to fuck up Marvin the Martian.
Yeah.
And Daffy Okay, there's way too much. The Witch, Gossamer, Daffy. They're all, like.
There's way too much shit.
It's so hard to choose. It's so hard to choose my favorite characters out of the bunch because they're all so like good. They're all well written. They all got funny moments. I just wish it got more to it, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You make me very angry now.
How?
I want it to come. Same. And you know what don't help is that like they do some stuff related to it. Like they had a podcast.
Hey.
They had a podcast or whatever on
Hey.
that was Daffy and Bugs on a road trip.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
And it was them from that show, specifically from what I remember.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, like, you got us lost, or whatever the fuck. There was that, and then they had a movie but the movie was out of canon with the show, because, like, all the characters, like, existed, but they weren't the same as the show. But they were all done by, like, the same voice actors and all that other jazz. So, it was, like, very weird to see that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what? I'm like, what is going on with this now? It was like Lola gets like a necklace or something, right? And her and Buzz are Bugs. Why the fuck did I say Buzz?
I don't know. Probably because of all the flies and shit in this level.
Buzz off, Johnny. Buzz off, Johnny. I don't know. I want Duck Dodgers back. I want Looney Tunes show back, and yeah, that's basically it. What do we got? We got like, what was it? Like, there's the new Looney Tunes or whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of hope Jellystone didn't get canceled.
Well, you know what I actually heard and whatnot?
What?
Okay, so I don't know if like... Okay, so this isn't like, you know, Jellystone or any of that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're actually going to be showing a sneak peek of Smiling Friends Part 2 at the New York Comic Con. Or, you know, Season 2 of Smiling Friends at the New York Comic Con, I should say.
Man, if only we got tickets this year, but unfortunately.
Nah. Again, I don't know how the fuck... Again, I would go, but, you know, I have to work and shit, you know what I mean?
We could always go on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
it's just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, you know,
getting the tickets, planning it out, and all that shit. Honestly, I kind of like the smaller con scene because, like, Zig, the deals on stuff I found at the smaller conventions, chef's kiss. Like, there may not be a lot of like panels. There may not be like a lot of panels and meet and greets. Like, it's not all the bells and whistles will go into like something huge like SDCC or like fucking, you know, or NYCC, but like, it's affordable. Well, you know, the writers did win against the company, so it could happen. True, right.
Yeah,
the fucking writers' strike.
They came to a conclusion with, like, you know, that shit.
I forgot I heard that news today. The actors are still on strike, though.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know what I bet probably won the what fucking won the day?
What?
the companies tried to use AI writing.
And it's like, oh wow, this actually sucks.
It's like, soon they're gonna have to cave. It's like, all right, fine. We'll use AI voice actors right now. And then wait.
Hello, my name is Princess Jane. This is my new movie, Princess Jane Adventures.
Look what
There's actually somebody who's like, there's this one fucking user on like goddamn Twitter and shit, who's like really into like this whole like fucking AI crypto fucking bullcrap and whatnot. You know what I mean? And he's like, he's doing this like one where it's like called Princess Jane and whatnot, and it's like, look at this cool trick I do, and it's like this fucking like, it's the goddamn like, you know, the fucking like, you know, Thanos like snap disintegration thing. But it's like, you know, very fucking like, that's like supposed to be like the cool trick and whatnot, and it's like, it's a fucking simple ass, you know, special effects that somebody can make on like fucking like what you call it in like seconds and shit. You know
some of the shit,
fucking impressive.
some of the shit like unironically reminds me of like, hello, my name is Marek1shtar, and I know they use like, you know, a text-to-speech voice there. All right, can we just be honest with ourselves real quick here? Like, AI voice work is just fucking text to speech. It's just text.
Yeah.
It's just text to speech that like.
Basically.
That's just a filter with like stuff we know.
Yeah.
Like, it's a toy from various. I was gonna say from Canada, but no, it's from various places.
It's a toy. From the interweb.
It's a toy from the internet. Like, you use it to make like, I don't know, Applejack say penis or like something, or like the heavy weapons guy go like, you know, put this, but you don't have it be whatever.
Yeah.
You don't have it like sentence mixed or whatever. It's stuff we already do, but it's just done by typing it in, so... Which, arguably like, the work... like, goddammit, my buddy from, like, my working in the deli days, the one that, like... The one that really should have been a college professor is coming back, because, like... We were talking one time about, like, this guy who got, like, Fallout 4 for free, right?
Yeah.
Because he sent in his entire bottle cap collection to pay.
Right, I remember that dude.
Yeah. And then, like, Matt Pat was, like, making fun of it or whatever in his, like, game theory thing, like, oh, maybe they'll give me some DLC too, buddy. I'm like,
Yeah, good luck with that, pal.
Number one, I don't think Fallout 3 even came with, like, day one DLC, like, that you got from pre-ordering the game.
How?
And then Fallout 4. Then, same with Fallout 3, actually. It was only New Vegas that did that, which is kind of funny. They were really trying to get people to pre-order the game, guys. We got collections. Please, buy our game. But, in all seriousness, though, like, so we were talking about that, right? Because Fallout 4 came out, and, like, I said, oh, a guy got it for free because he, like, gave it, and then he went on, like, oh, but he expelled energy picking up the bottle caps to, like, add to his collection and whatnot, so he still, like, you know, worked for it, or, like, paid for it and all that, and I'm like, yeah, true, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's like it was like the expulsion of energy, and like literally what we were just talking about now is like it's the expulsion of energy of which we do our things that makes us go like recycling for free video games would be cool.
That would be cool.
What was, you know what? That's literally like fucking System Shock. Where you turn junk into scrap, and then if you trade the scrap in, you get credits for it, and you could use the credits to buy stuff from the vending machines. Which is kind of weird. Considering that, like, what was it? System Shock is like in a dystopic future too, right? With like the companies that rule the world and whatnot, right?
Yeah, try Optimum and whatnot.
So I was thinking about it. So I'm thinking, like, that got me thinking just now. I'm like, that they don't, like, in Dead Space is a similar, like, dystopia. But they don't have, like, that recycling bit, you know, like, oh, turn these into credits and then you can get whatever. Turn this junk you don't need, and I know it's like, you know, different style of game and whatnot, but like, you know, I could totally see like recycling junk to get like something like more monetary could work and whatnot. As like little silly as it may seem to be. This is the hard part right here.
Hey!
As someone who cares about the environment, I'm all for recycling. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. We need to recycle. Like, it's a little hard with stuff like bottles because, what was it? You can only use plastic so many times for like stuff that you like have to like consume with it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like I can't see why, like, I can't see where, like, you know, say like recycling I don't know, turning like recycled plastic into toys or like, you know, something else where
you should mention that, like, Lego was gonna do something like that and shit, but they actually did have to, like, you know, walk back on it. Not because of, like, you know, people, like, complaining and shit like that. They literally, like, they mostly just said, like, we found out, like, doing, like, kind of, like, do this is kind of, like, you know...
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, is actually gonna create more of a fucking, like, you know, environmental, like, you know, is gonna create more pollution than, you know, how we're currently doing it now and whatnot, you know what I mean? It's
like,
mostly like, you know, it's...
Oh, when you die, you gotta get this... I thought I got the checkpoint there. I went through the door.
Checkpoint. I guess you, fucking... What do you call it there?
I went through the door. Which one? There's more than one.
You went through the door, but I guess you just didn't, like, hit the, platform there and shit.
Also, hey, Galaxy, how you doing tonight?
Hey, we're talking about stuff.
No, I did like the, doing good. That's good. Good to hear. No, it's like the which door? There's more than one was like the Nightmare Before Christmas thing.
Oh yeah.
When they kidnapped the fucking Easter Bunny. Which door? There's more than one. We went through the door. We got him. We got him.
More than one.
We got him. You make walls crawl, Jack. I'm not gonna have a repeat of the night where I couldn't stop saying that. So I didn't play at all. No, dude, you're fine. Like, don't feel obligated. I'm just happy you stopped by.
Yeah. Especially on such a glorious night that was.
Hey, yo, new verbal stick. You make walls crawl, Jack. My fucking brain got caught on repeat then. I'm just like...
Was that when you were playing that one fucking Nightmare Before Christmas game?
Yes, it was. I was playing. Oogie, not Oogie's Revenge.
Rise of Skeleton King or some shit like that.
Yeah. And that was a game I looked up afterwards. If you don't like 100% it gets very annoyingly difficult near the end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm missing a ton of shit then.
Oh shit, I'm missing this. Guess I'll die.
You better get all those health pickups. If you don't, you're gonna die. Why would you threaten the player like that? And I love how it came from Disney, the friendly company. You don't be. It's not really their fault. It was like, I don't know, somewhere they probably just didn't give some budget thing or whatever. I don't know.
Some shit went down the line.
Trying to solve a puzzle like that is like trying to figure out. My brain just went dead there. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it's like trying to figure out who killed Lincoln, but then I'm like, wait a minute, no, that was John Wilkes Booth. What the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah, what the fuck are you? What are you on right now, dude?
Once again, I reiterate, brain turning into soup. Do you ever see The Melting Classroom?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey!
I wouldn't recommend it. It makes no sense. It's just very... It's a Junji Ito comic, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Basically, this guy, whenever he says sorry, people just like start to melt from the inside out. And then, you know how the series ends? You know how the series ends?
How does it end, Marek?
So he goes on live TV to apologize to the fucking country. And I'm just like, why would you write an ending like that? Like, the whole point of this is like, ooh, mysterious, you know, like...
Hey!
Yeah, I get you.
Cause like, it turns out that like, the agent guy or whatever, the TV dude, he was the devil in disguise the whole time. This is when this is what I say, like, Junji Ito, I think he's like a really good artist, but like his stories aren't, you know, like for the faint of heart, I get it, you know what I mean? But like for me, who's seen so much, maybe it's more of a symbolism. Like, possibly, like when it comes to like symbolic stuff, it goes right over my head sometimes. But like basically, there's like the story kind of like runs like this, where like he seems to actually be sorry. Right, about all the problems that he causes and whatnot, right? But then like something else comes out where it's like, oh, do you trust this other character when they say like, no, he actually is not sorry, he's just an evil bastard that says he's sorry because he knows his power melts people, and the only reason why he acts that way is because it makes it so believable, and then nobody suspects it because, you know.
Or the dude is actually genuinely sorry and whatnot.
Yeah,
Stop
like
being a fucking asshole.
it's like I said, it's all over the place. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's where I have like trouble like sitting on it. Where I'm like, I feel like Gurr when he's trying to put together like time travel in his head. You don't have to send the robot back, but then he'll survive. So then you do have to send the robot back.
Yeah.
It goes in circular logic until like my head explodes. So if he's genuinely sorry, it makes more sense that he's accidentally melting people. But then like they say he's not sorry and he's like a sadist or whatever the fuck that like that does bad things or something. But then if he did bad things and he knows it, then why is he sorry? But then if he's sorry, you know, like,
Yeah, it's like you ain't getting much out of it.
you know what I mean? It's like, it just feels very, you know, like in my head. Like I don't know, and I've played horror games that make me go like, what, why, what, you know what I mean? Like Parasite Eve 2. I think Parasite Eve 2 is a really good game. But the story is bonkers.
Yeah, it really does seem that way and shit. I've watched a retrospective about it and whatnot, it's just like, wow.
Please tell me that they went into depth on what the ANMCs are, please, because I would love to share this information with you.
I know, you know, it's been a while since I've watched it and shit, but I know what ANMCs are and whatnot.
Yeah.
More or less, but you know what? Enlighten us, Marek.
Okay.
Please.
So the monsters that you fight throughout the game are ANMCs. They're called artificial neo-mitochondrial creatures.
Yeah.
Now the reason why they're artificial is they're grown in a lab. But they're not, but now typically speaking, you need a test subject and shit and all that jazz, right? But they didn't do test subjects. No. So the shadow government, Neo-Arc or whatever they're called, right? So
Right,
somehow they were connected to the sort of BSAA that like Aya works for now, and now I you know what's funny is I'm more inclined to believe this part nowadays because of like what we know about like billionaires and shit being like crazy weirdos. So they got paid donations from rich people, right? To turn those rich people into those monsters for some reason.
How?
I can see that.
I'm like, you know, nowadays, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I can see it, some fucking, like, rich person getting their rocks off to this shit or something, but, like, I'm like, who in their right mind? Like, who in their right mind would, like, you know, be willing of this shit, too? Yeah, it's bullshit. So like, now the thing is though, is that not all of the ANMCs are these rich people though. You know why?
Some of them are like, you know, random motherfuckers that they just like, you know, hey.
No, not at all actually.
Really?
They're clones of Aya Bray. But you know why that happened was because there was an uprising in the fucking ones they already made from the rich people. So they needed more subjects. So like, oh, wait, we have the DNA of the person that, like, you know, has powers and whatnot. Let's clone her, because we're already making another Eve that's a clone of her. So they cloned her a million times over. They cloned her a million times over and turned those clones into ANMCs.
How?
So just like, why did you go through the trouble of getting money from rich people, like, for funding? I thought you guys were a shadow government.
Well, I mean, there's always been, like, you know, special interests groups and shit like that that always have, like, some sort of funding from, like, say, you know, some influential, like, you know, billionaire type of shit like that, you know what I mean?
I feel like the story of Parasite Eve 2 is what it's like inside the mind of a conspiracy theorist. Like, it really does feel like, you know, it really does feel like the deep state is like this, that, the other thing, and I'm like, this, like, you're getting a million different conflicting things of info at once.
How?
I'm not too sure, like, every single one of these is correct. It, like I said, it really boggles my mind to the point where I'm like about it.
Nah, I don't fucking blame you.
Because no,
Even I'm like, you know, there's some shit where it's like, yeah, that does sound right and whatnot. You know what I mean?
because you want to know.
It's like, you know, huh? Maybe you did do your research on this and shit, and then it's just like it devolves into like this weird fucking thing. It's like, okay, fuck it, whatever.
Fuck it, you want to be a monster? Because you know the way how they sell it, right? You know how they sell it to people.
Hey.
They essentially have like a pitch. They have like a pitch placard in front of like the view window of like the wild area where they have like the creatures running free and whatnot, right? In their little containment zones. And each one has a description. One of my favorites that really makes me go, oh yeah, someone definitely paid for this to like get their rocks off, right? Was the bone suckler, because they're matured in a neotenized state, right? So they're like these little things that look like little babies, right? And like they specifically say those who wish to be coddled in their mother's arms would love to be this creature. And then I'm just like, I'm just like, oh, of course. And then you know what's funny is I watched a video today about like Elon Musk's family, and I'm just like thinking about it now. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Elon Musk would want to be one of these little fucking things. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Well, you know what makes it even like crazier, right?
What?
So they're quote unquote matured in a neotenized state, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
So then why the fuck are they like a butterfly? They have like an adult form. Like that's only the larval stage. Not only that, their only attack is to essentially blow themselves up. They kill themselves to kill shit. But then apparently it's like for mating purposes or something.
Or shit that's made in a fucking lab.
Yeah. Like and I've dabbled with the idea of like this idea of like, hey, maybe, and I've dabbled with like an idea about like that type of shit where, what was it? They make a human into a creature, or like it's like a bioweapon, right? But because of like the specifics of what they use to make it into the bioweapon, it's completely it's like it has no, like they were able to make it, they made like, you know, two of differing genders and whatnot, right? And they were able to like mate, and their offspring is literally the bioweapon. There's no more human left in it. And I would say, and I was gonna have it like, what I mean by dabble in that was like they had to, like, for example, use like surgeries and stuff to like attach claws and shit to it because they weren't getting like desired mutations from the virus or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, you know, they had to surgically attach components like that onto it. And then like it really shouldn't be, but then somehow the virus made it a part of it. Like, you know, it made it its own creature and whatnot. But that's just like my own little thing where I was like, you know, trying to come up with. But like, I'm just like, why, like, now, number one, right, these things, like, because if you look at their key art, right, they clearly look like they've been operated on and whatnot, right?
Right, yeah.
Like, they cannot live without, like, cybernetic components, too. Which is already, like, a hole in, like, their idea of, like, man, this is what, like, a natural version of a human, if they started walking around on all fours in the savannah, would do. And I'm just like, why do they have me? If I was one of these people, like, if I was one of these supposed investors that were, like, looking to be turned into one of these creatures, I would be like, so why do they have, like, life support systems in their backs, huh? I thought this was au natural, or whatever.
Don't forget that green coin shit. There you go.
Like, did nobody question this before they went in? It just, like I said, it really does come off as, like, you know, the whole, like, they got their rocks off to this, or whatever.
Hey!
Thinking about it is making my head spin.
I don't fucking blame you.
Like, it's like, Parasite Eve 2 is a good game. Its story is just batshit. Like, oh, this one's the king of the jungle. This is what happened if... My favorite are the brutes, or the fatties as they're called, right? In game.
Yeah.
So they're like these big, dumpy dudes, right?
Uh-huh.
And like, they're essentially what would, quote-unquote, happen if humanity stayed by the water. Like, they got like layers of protective fat and shit, but they can't do anything though. They're some of the easiest enemies to kill. Like, they barely pose a threat. The biggest like thing that they can do that's like unrelated would be like they can stretch their arms out a little bit.
Hey! How?
No, they can stretch their arms out a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it, really. I hope there's not a glitch where, like, if you die once or something, like, it makes certain stuff not appear or whatever.
I wouldn't think that would be the case.
Because I've been through every part of the level, right?
Hey!
And, like, the biggest difference is, like, you know,
Actually, I can see, like...
I would assume it has to be like the pots or something.
I can see where it's like, where like it has like a little check thing where it's like, you know, if this was broken and whatnot, but somehow in that state, like, you know, everything would be reset, that didn't get like checked off and whatnot.
It's not like, and the thing is, like, if it's a bug, it's not like game breaking, it's just kind of like annoying.
Yeah.
How?
Now I'm curious, maybe I gotta break those ice blocks or something?
Maybe.
Hey! Hey!
I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot when I get over there. But yeah, no, Parasite Eve 2 is, like, wild. That's all I have to say, really. like just one other like mild pitch document I should add, right? So you know, like the most basic enemy, like the first ones that you encounter in the game. So they're sold on people who are apprehensive about becoming something else because they can temporarily turn back into their old body as a hunting tactic. My favorite part about the first scene of that was like, where did it get the clothes and the watch?
Yeah, you know, because again, I thought too and whatnot. Like, I thought that was just some random, like, you know, lady and shit that they just, like, you know, performed fucking experiments on and shit like that.
Oh no,
you know,
they got loose in the tower somehow. Those were ones that like broke containment or something.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean and shit.
Yeah, it's not breaking the pots. Then where am I missing? Because I know for a fact I had more the first time, but I accidentally reset the level.
Yeah.
Forty hours in, we're still on the same level, trying to find the last. Oh my lord.
Hey!
Fuck it, I'll come back. I'll come back after the stream to like look for the stuff there.
Alright.
It ain't the end of the world. Plus, we're almost to a boss fight.
Ooh.
I think I'd rather get like the collection of the race and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you don't hear back from me about like everything after next month. Ugh. Zig?
What's up? Oh, yeah, sorry. Hey, frog girl! You're not gonna get my treasure this time!
That's a cold welcome.
You know what? It is cold here. Madge doesn't like all this cold. But you probably understand us, right? We're not so different after all. Cold-blooded treasure hunters.
He doesn't seem to have a brain of a lizard. He does seem to have the brain of a lizard.
Well, I know how to get warm. Running to the treasure.
I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Oh, come on. It's too cold for this. He's not wrong, though. Oh yeah, speaking of which, this is getting a sequel, so...
I guess.
I'm excited for it. Oh, that is not the right way to go. Oh!
Ow!
Whoops.
Hey! Hey!
It's gonna be probably another level where I have to, like, come back after the fact.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, so speaking of cartoons that got, like, the shaft earlier, too.
Oh, yeah?
There was, like, a really nice retrospective on Clarence.
Hey!
Oh, nice.
It didn't go, like, super duper in depth. It really just stuck with, like, the themes of the show and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, that was a show that got treated badly.
Yeah.
Hey!
Ooh. That was close.
Yeah. Dang! You're a good frog girl. You can keep this one, but next time, it's all gonna go my way!
How many times? He said that for like the past 3 races, and it's never changed.
Hey!
You know, Clarence deserved better.
Yeah.
Because you know why it got canceled too, right?
Why is that?
Executives.
Sounds about right.
They literally said like, oh, they said like, sorry, not sorry, but your show is too childish.
Huh.
Hey!
That was basically the gist of it. Like, it was something more along the lines of like, oh, like, the demographic outgrew the show.
Bro, do you know what your fucking network is?
Cartoon. What about the new kids that are gonna watch the show?
Yeah.
My favorite bit had to be like, so, you know what was the thing that made the public change its mind on Clarence?
Hey!
The phone episode.
Yeah.
The one where he talks to the girl.
Right, yeah.
Because they treated it, so apparently at the time, one of the reasons why Clarence got like a lot of like shit at the time was because people were treating it like it was people hate it because it was different than what was currently in vogue, where episodic shows, you know, like continuous stories and all that were a trend now.
Yeah. And again, it's like,
I'm like, why can't we
back
have
on it now? It's like, again, I'd say it's a nice little change of pace and whatnot. To say like fucking like, you know, Adventure Time or like regular show and hell, like, you know.
I kind of liked it because it was somewhat realistic. Yeah, like,
yeah.
They found a good balance between like fantasy and reality. And like, what was it?
Kids doing kid shit and whatnot, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My favorite, like the creator said, like kids are like smarter than, you know, a lot of people portray them as. Like you get like stuff like, oh, like I don't have a dad. I used to have a dad, but now I got a Chad.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the things that like resonated with it, and I'm like, yeah, I never really thought about that, huh? My favorite was like when I had like when I was still friends with like those shitty people.
Yeah.
What was it? I got shit on for liking Clarence. Like, oh, you think Clarence is a better show than Symbionic Titan? I'm like, bruh, I think that fucking Mega 6LR is a better show than Symbionic Titan. So speaking of that too, speaking of Symbionic Titan and Gennady Tartakovsky, right? You know what really fizzled out?
Unicorns.
I hear no one talk about that show aside from like comments in comment sections on occasion. I don't see clips uploaded online. I don't see like. I'm like, what happened? Because this was like the coast of the town. And I stopped watching it because I lost my, I stopped watching it because like I said, I just wanted to see how weird it got, right?
Yeah.
And I lost my connection to my, the account that my friend gave me for his thing. So I stopped watching it. So I'm curious as to what's been going on with it.
I kind of lost interest with it too, to be quite honest with you.
I'm more interested in Primal, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it got shit on for like being an episodic show in the age of like continuous continuity shows. And
But
You
then
know-
again, we need to have like variety and shit. Not everything has to be like a fucking like, you know, has to have like an overarching plot and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause you know what like I said, the phone episode is what made people change their minds, cause then they stopped seeing it as, you know, like gross out or whatever the fuck. They started seeing it as art. Which to me is silly, because I thought all animation was art, you know? This isn't a cartoon. It's art. It's art.
This isn't junk. It's art.
What you're eating is art.
Yeah.
There's two kinds of junk. There's two kinds of junk in. There's two kinds of scrap in this yard. There's scrap and there's art. What you currently have in your mouth is art. Oh, I see the problem.
How?
Yeah.
I just like how people are swayed on a opinion of a show just based off of like one episode.
Again, I liked a lot of it and shit. I liked the one where parents, you know, got sick from eating all those fucking like, you know, hard-boiled eggs and shit like that.
That was the one that solidified the show as bad for people.
It's like, listen, any show that does like a fucking cool hand move reference is like kind of cool in my book and whatnot. You know what I mean?
That was honestly that whole
That
episode.
and the one where the episode where they're at the video store and they got fucking Brendan Small and whatnot.
You know, that was completely by accident too, right?
Really?
Yeah. And apparently most of that episode was ad-libbed or something like that.
Well, yeah. To be quite honest with you, funny enough, like the first, you know, season of home movies was like basically, you know, ad-libbed and shit. It's a thing called like retro-scripting or whatever the fuck it's called, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, they do like they're given a simple, they're given a little simple prompt and whatnot, and they basically, you know, improv the whole like fucking scenario out and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, again, once you know, home movies switched from, you know, Squirrel Vision to Flash, that's when they kind of like, you know, stopped doing like, that's when, you know, that's when they stopped doing that whole like sort of thing and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey!
Or it became like, you know, less prevalent and shit. Another, you know, another show that was like very like, you know, ad-lib, like involved in that sort of thing and whatnot too, was another Squirrel Vision show called Dr. Katz. You know what I mean?
That's that one cartoon about the psychiatrist, right?
Yeah, and he interviews all those comedians and whatnot. You know what I mean?
I appear to be suffering some form of seizure.
Yeah.
No, like we need shows like that. So.
Yeah. Oh, Two in the Dinner Party episode. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought I lost my Game Boy. His fucking parents took his video games away from him.
Yeah.
Because they deemed him a gifted child, and they... Fucking Breen got, like, shit in that show, dude.
Yeah.
My favorite bit of his was, like, he was allergic to peanut butter.
Peanuts!
No.
Sorry.
No.
I had to do the fucking thing.
He was allergic to peanut butter, right? So you know what he did?
What?
He started, like, somebody traded him his sandwich for their sandwich for lunch, right?
Yeah.
Which was peanut butter and jelly.
Oh no.
So you know what happened when he got caught? he shoved the whole thing in his mouth as fast as he could to finish it before he got in trouble with it. And then as this kid is getting wheeled out of the fucking, like, you know, zoo, right, to the hospital, he's like covered in, like, you know, anaphylactic shock and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
His words, worth it. And I'm like, oh my lord.
Breen is a fucking badass.
Yeah, right. I loved the Storm episode where they were like playing board games in the house, and Breen was over, and like Sumo and Jeff were like pissed off about, or no, Sumo and Clarence loved Breen playing with them, right? But Jeff was pissed off for some reason.
Being a neurotic asshole that he is.
Yeah.
Minecraft looking Steve motherfucker.
Like, Jeff was the one who had a problem with Breen. Jeff always has the problem in every episode, to be completely honest. So, like, Breen, like, he's like, oh, I guess I might as well leave, even though his parents are there at the house with him. He goes outside and gets swept away by, like, the current in the street. And he makes, like, a fucking scream, like, ah, whatever the fuck, and I'm just like... Yeah, nah, fuck it. If any of those assholes are listening, like, to this, yeah, Clarence was a better show than fucking, Symbionic Titan. I don't give a shit. Like, I barely remember a thing about Symbionic Titan aside from, like, the two...
Shake your booty quicker.
I don't remember... Oh, yeah, right, because people were like, oh my god, how could they put this in a kid's show? I'm like, I've seen worse in a kid's show. Clarence is childish and all of it. Fuck yeah. That's the thing I feel like, it's like cartoons need, like, at least some stuff for kids in it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, there's shows that, like, I can't watch anymore. Like, I can't watch, like, the current season of SpongeBob. Because it's just, like, way too much stimulation for my brain. I'm just like, oh, God. Like, there needs to be, like, slow, realistic shows that, like, you know...
Yeah. Like, you can't have it just be like the zombie brain out of, like, fucking, like, you know, wacky zany shit all the time or whatnot. You need something to, like, relax the kids' minds and shit. You know what I mean?
As I keep saying, it's literally the red marker from Dead Space.
Yes.
Fucking...
You are overstimulating the kids. Stop.
Let's put on Coco Melon, yeah! You're overstimulating them. And once again...
I hope to God in his high heaven, my fucking cousin, you know, he recently just became a dad and shit, right?
Yeah. We implore to all parents who watch this stream. I'm just gonna take my headphones off real. We implore to all parents that watch this stream, please, do not let your children watch Coco Melon. For the love of all that is holy. Please. Let them watch something like Bluey. Be a good parent. Be there for your kids. Do stuff with them. It don't matter if you're too fucking busy, work or whatever the fuck, your kids come first, god damn it. Be a good parent to your kids. Don't turn them into mindless zombies. Please. We implore you. Kids should watch... Fucking Franklin was my shit as a kid. That and Little Bear. That, Little Bear, Thomas the Tank Engine, Bob the Builder. I fucking... Bob the Builder.
Can we fix it?
Bob the Builder.
No, it's fucked!
You got a talking briefcase full with $100 bills?
Let's dig these motherfuckers a grave!
Yeah, rock and roll!
New Jersey smells like rotten fish.
Hope
Can
you-
we go home?
Yes, we can!
I hope you like. I hope you like
I
smelling.
hope you like smelling like Jake!
Spud! You always wear protection.
Don't forget your safety goggles.
Thanks, Bob.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Oh my god. Fucking. Oh, speaking of Little Bear, actually. Okay. As a bit of like a thing to change up like my night routines, I have like a. I need noise in order to help me fall asleep. So I have my TV on, right? I use Tubi, this streaming service. I talk about it a lot. So they have like Franklin, they have Little Bear, they have shit like Madeline, like old ass shows that I used to watch. Like straight up, those shows hold up beautifully. Like I put on like the Little Bear movie one night, and I zonked out. I'm like, you know, like I needed something nice about, like, you know, I needed something nice in my head for a bit, because I'm so tired of listening to Garfield and his smug attitude. I'm so tired of listening to Garfield. And I watched the fucking shit out of, like, like I said, the problem is you really gotta, like, search on Tubi to find, like, good shit. But, like, it's there, you know what I mean? I even think they got, like, the Koala Brothers, too. Like, I remember that being on Disney. I don't remember if it was, like, good or bad, though. Like, I don't have, like, a specific memory. Yeah. No, Tubi really is a godsend for, like, oh, man, I'm tired of paying for streaming services. Oh, we're completely free. We even have commercials, but, like, we got, like, all the shows that, like, normal streaming services don't want. Or, like, can't find a home somewhere or whatever. So, like, what was it? Like, I was watching, like, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. I put on, Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse a couple of nights. They have G1 transfer. Yep. I think even for a time they had Transformers animated from, like, 2009, I want to say. Transformers. More than meets the eye. Transformers. Robots in disguise. Autobots wage the battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Maggie and the Beast. That was my shit as a kid. I vaguely remember watching it. Like, what was it? There was, like, the pig. It was funny, because I remember the pig. And then I remember in Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse, there was a pig with a vaguely same design. I looked it up, like, a couple nights back. Marvin the Tap Dancing Horse and Maggie and the Ferocious Beast were made by the same people. Also, speaking of that too, like, I was watching, I was like, alright, I'm strapped, I gotta find something to put on to, like, listen to while I go to sleep. I literally just, like, Madeline, I'm like, alright, you know what, I remember watching Madeline. I put it on, and I'm like, I remember this episode where they went to this area that was just cake, and they enjoyed themselves as they ate cake. What was it? Great googly moogly. It was the pig. The pig loved to make. The pig cooked stuff, and he had like a jersey or something. He always had like a jersey on too, but I can't remember his name off the top of my head, which is funny because I watched it a few nights ago. And the thing is, like, that whole show is like in the kids and is like in Maggie's imagination, because the previews and stuff for it say, oh my god, I was talking about Oswald a while back actually too. Oswald's fucking brilliant. Where's the boss? Halt, you human vermin! I'm Another big bug. I take from your comment that these two brutes have failed in capturing you. How quaint. It is clear that they were unfit for the work if they cannot capture a tiny, stupid, weak, ugly kid like you. Your luck is over. Fucking weenie dog.
Hey!
What was it? There was like the Egg Brothers too and stuff. What was it? There was Daisy. There was a penguin.
Hey!
Oswald was like great, but I can sadly only remember characters and one episode which was about the biggest banana in the world, and that's it. But yeah, Oswald was brilliant. The biggest banana in the world. And he wanted to share it with all of his friends. What the? Boss encounter, and I just got my ass handed to me. Also talking about Oswald. I remember this episode where they had a pool party with a ton of bubbles. Yeah, I can see that be a fucking Oswald episode.
Oh, this guy's pretty cool looking.
Oswald the octopus with the biggest banana in the world. Here he comes to save the day. Oi mate, oi mate, oi mate, oi mate. Fuck, you know what needs to come back, like, legitimately?
What?
Shaolin Showdown.
But didn't I just have like
We don't talk about Shaolin Chronicles. We don't talk about Shaolin Chronicles in this house.
But I just talked about it. I'm talking about it right fucking now.
In the sense of, we don't discuss it here. Cause, alright, you wanna know the funny and sad part about that too? So remember, Zig, remember when, like, me, the horror guy, right?
Yeah.
Remember when me, the horror guy, had a horrible nightmare where I couldn't watch zombie media for like a hot minute?
Yeah.
So Shaolin Chronicles existed around that time, right? And one of the first episodes that I saw, that I wanted to see too, because it was like the easiest one I could watch, like, oh, they were talking about like undead pets or whatever, like zombie pets or zombie dogs and shit, and I'm like, what? And I was like, I was apprehensive. I'm like, I can brave this, because I thought it was gonna be like, you know, like Saturday morning cartoon fare where it's like, oh, this is gonna be like, you know, these are gonna look like zombie dogs. I didn't expect it to be CGI. And then I didn't expect it to be CGI, and I didn't expect like the zombie dogs to be just like skeleton heads that shoot fireballs, and I'm like, oh, this is tame. I thought this was gonna be like something secretly fucked up. Cause Shaolin Showdown would have done that shit.
I guess, yeah.
Wi-Fi D's out.
One more thing.
Hiya, Jackie! I have like one thing to say about like Saturday morning cartoons, because like they said that those died because of advertising and shit. And I'm like, I don't believe that's true. You know why?
Why is that?
Because all fucking, I don't remember there being toys for like Jackie Chan Adventures. Also, it's not. Also, once again, it's not as if like number one. Because I feel like that was the case with like old Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, especially those from the 80s and whatnot.
Yeah.
Looking at you, He-Man.
Like, I don't think, I feel like that don't apply to, like, you know, the 2000s ones, because, yeah, there was a lot of ones that had merchandise related to it, but it was mostly Yu-Gi-Oh! And then there were a lot of others that didn't, you know? The shop. Did we unlock anything new? We got a snow hat. We got a Ushanka. And then the rest of the stuff that's island hat.
Straw hat.
The straw hat pirates. Fuck it. Let's wear the straw hat. Looks cool.
Alright.
Yo ho ho, he took a bite of gum gum. we still got like a decent chunk left. I'm surprised. You know what? All right. I'm thinking because I'm kind of running a bit out of steam here.
We pick it back up after this level here.
Yeah. We'll come back. Yeah. I'm actually quite surprised, like, the mileage that we're getting out of this game. I thought it was gonna be the irony of ironies. I thought that like Rayman Legends. I thought that Mega Man Legends was going to be shorter. I mean, longer than this. And I thought that this was gonna be short, considering, you know.
Yeah.
This really is the Pac-Man World 2 of indie games.
Hey! Hey!
And also, speaking of that too, I actually found out there's like a ton of content with that game. Which is kind of half expected, considering that like 3 of the boss fights are the exact same.
How?
Oh, god damn it. These are like fire ruins.
How?
Damn it. My head hurts. My head hurt. My eyes hurt.
Brain hurting.
Fry, don't die. Maybe the brain spawn are invading Earth. Fry, no, die.
The big brain, I'm winning again.
I am the greeting. Honestly, I feel like I should get that as a redeem. And now, I am leaving Earth for no reason!
Mary could have jumped on that moving platform and got those 2 green coins and shit.
Oh, mamma mia.
How?
Zooey mama, baby. Live like a windrammer as you... The winning comic is Zooey Mama.
Zooey Mama.
Please tell me, am I the only person that thought that the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies weren't that great?
They were kind of good.
And like people go like, oh, they were so good, and I'm like, are you sure about that? Cause like, all right, you know what I think it is too?
What?
Cause when the difference between the books and the movie, I don't think it translates to live action well. Because a lot of the stuff in that movie seems dated. You know what I mean? It feels like a cartoon.
How?
Like in the book, right?
Yeah.
So I got excited to hear, oh man, they're turning one of my favorite books into a movie. I can't wait. I saw it and I'm like, there's something off about this and I don't know what it is. And it's not like, it's nothing with, it really, I think it really just is the fact that it's not like, it wasn't like animated. Because apparently I heard that they recently did an animated one. And
yeah,
that's
it's on
apparent.
Disney Plus and shit.
And apparently that's not that great neither. So I'm like, huh.
Hey.
I guess they should have just done like a straight adaptation that's animated, and it probably would have like been better. Like, there's got to be some paradox, because a lot of people say that the live action ones are good. Because what was it? My grandmother even asked me when we went to watch the movie, it's like, is the school like that? And I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
This is like, it's on the level of like fake high school that you see in TV.
Uh-huh.
It felt like that, you know, where it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, high school, haha, like, gotta get
Yeah, pep rally, isn't it cool? And I'm like, I want to get out.
I'm dying of brain death every day. It's Spirit Week.
Who's got spirit? None of us. Get the fuck out of here.
What is school spirit to begin with? No. You know when Spirit Week's fun? You want to know when Spirit Week's fun, Zig?
Let me guess, pajama day.
No. When you're faculty, you know why?
Why is that?
Because it like pajama day, dress down. You don't need to wear a fucking suit. I went in with fucking what was it? I had my track pants, and I had fucking what was it? So I was comfy that day.
Yeah.
I didn't need to wear. I had track pants and I had a fun T-shirt on that I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about.
Man, you see what we get to do, right?
Yeah. Also, Holiday Spirit Week was funny too.
You see, my school never had Holiday Spirit Week. We just had the one Spirit Week, and that was it.
So Holiday Spirit Week was, like, one of them was come dressed up as a character from a holiday movie.
Oh yeah.
So I went the Simpsons route and made up my own. I wanted to go for like, it's the Christmas Hobgoblins. So I'm like I didn't have any way to do a costume like that. So what was it? I had like an elf costume. Someone got me like a fucking light up nose. So I said like, all right, fuck it, I can work with this. So I went in, right, in like this elf outfit, right, with like a with a shirt underneath and whatnot, and I said, "Yo,
Yeah.
what's up? I'm the Jingle TIngler. Where's Santa? I gotta stop Christmas." Yo,
The Jingle TIngler.
I'm the Jingle TIngler.
What would be? Okay, you know what? Let's play. Let's do a little. I want to play armchair psychologist for a second here.
Okay.
What is the Jingle TIngler's motivation and shit? Like, why does he want to stop Santa? Why does he want to stop
he's a low budget Christmas movie villain that just hates Christmas because.
Uh-huh.
That's his motivation.
Hey!
Okay, then where does he get his ideas from?
He because he just has the power. He just has the power to like fucking, I don't know, zap people with his nose or something. That's his. What do you expect him to
get
do?
his power?
He was born with it because he's like a fucking gremlin.
Uh-huh.
Do you expect?
Where does his grandmother stay at?
What the fuck kind of question is
What
that?
nursing home does she live in?
What the fuck kind of question is that? I'm the Jingle TIngler. like can the Jingle TIngler
Is
just?
he related to the Miser brothers?
You know, I was thinking like his official design in my head. He's got like the sort of sharp edges of like the Winter Warlock and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So as I see it, he's got like extremely pale green skin, like he's sick.
Uh-huh.
Like he's got the cold or the flu, and he can't, he's just stuffed up. He's got a long crooked nose like the Ice King that ends in like, a little red orb.
Yeah.
That's how he zaps people.
Uh-huh.
He's got a fucked up looking elf outfit. And he's just casually evil. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna steal your shit."
Come Christmas time, this might I might actually get somebody to like make it into like, commission somebody to make it look like a fucking actual Rankin Bass, like, character and shit.
Rankin the Grinch but an elf. Rankin Bass would actually give like the Jingle TIngler a backstory, motivation, and not just be like a fucking idiot who worked in a school, like the power to be any Christmas character he can be. like oh my god. I'm by the way, I'm very disappointed because there were so many generic reindeer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on, you got the power to do what you want. You can be anything. You're just a reindeer. And, I get like the response like, "Oh, I'm Dancer, I'm Prancer." Oh my lord.
I'm the toy taker.
I'm the toy taker. It's the Christmas hobgoblins.
I'm the Christmas creature.
Yeah, you got the Christmas creature. I got the Jingle TIngler.
Me and all of Memphis.
And the fucking, and by the way, the his power is like zapping shit. So he zaps like bzzz and makes people tingle. Hence the name, the Jingle TIngler. He's ready to steal Christmas.
Exactly.
he
You know what? I think that's my main main takeaway from this whole fucking stream today, man. Like,
what?
nothing can stop the Jingle TIngler.
Are you sure about that? You know,
I'm sure.
the Lost Miser brother. I feel like if Santa brought Bertha out of retirement, his 22 nitro long rifle, he wouldn't have to worry about the Jingle TIngler again. No. I feel like he could stop. Like he would literally stop fucking any asshole that was trying to steal Christmas. Fucking like the Grinch. Oh, he's just a pile of green fur and gray matter. Oh my lord, I am. I'm fucking dying right now. Also, fuck. I just opened up a thing real quick. I saw non-pornographic art of Pomni from fucking The Amazing Digital Circus, and I'm highly surprised by that. So, do you think we learned anything tonight?
I already told you what I learned tonight.
Nothing can stop the Jingle TIngler.
Except the 22 long rifle.
Apples. I learned that like people in the cartoon community are crazy. Like they will fucking whatchamacallit.
There is no spoon.
Oh hey Doug.
There is no spoon.
How you doing?
I see what you were doing.
That was a surprise. Oh my god.
Oh, you're wrapping up stream?
Yeah, because I'm tired, so I'm gonna try to get to bed a bit early, see if I can like. Doug.
Bro, that was me earlier tonight, or a few minutes ago actually.
Like I gotta fucking lay down, bro, because I like my brain was like my brain is melting into goo. So I'm just gonna raid like the new guy we met. I know we're not playing like a Zelda game, but still like might as well spread some more good cheer and whatnot, I guess. You know, we gotta be the opposite of the Jingle TIngler. So let's raid into the let's raid again into the Wayfaring Fox. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for joining us tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed. But remember, as always, be yourselves, and remember, Mecca lecca hi, Mecca Heidi ho, Moa Mecca chaya, Mecca Moa Mecca hey, Pickle Barrel come quiet, Shimmy Cherry Changa. That's the secret word of the day. Alright guys, I'll catch you all later. Marek out. See you guys!
Good night, everybody.
I love every bit of it every time.
Good night.